Right guys, right, for those who haven't seen this video, this is the Raleigh Chopper Black Mark II Prismatic. Right, let's quickly talk you around it for those who are new. So this bike was purchased as a restoration project. It came with a frame, the forks, the front wheel, the front mudguard, the brakes. It didn't come with handlebars or seats. It didn't come with a back rack or with a mudguard. So what I've done to this bike so far is I cleaned up all the chrome work. So that's the front brake, which is nice and clean. Obviously it needs a polish because of fingerprints and storage, but as you can see, it's come up really well. This is a recap video for all the new subscribers and those who've not had a chance to watch the previous bits. All original paint along there. It still needs a gear shifter, but a minute, I'm not paying 180 or 200 pound for a shifter. I'll keep my eyes open, see what turns up. The springs have come up nice, and the clamps, the sleeves. The back wheel is pitted in places with chrome loss, but overall a decent wheel in nice used condition. The stand works well. I've given the bottom bracket service, so new bearings in the bottom bracket. The handlebars came from the Space Blue. Now, not the best condition, quite pitted down at that stem, and just up there, quite pitted. And also along the top here, quite pitted, but they are correct to the bike. They are Mark II, and they are presentable to an extent. The seat also came from a Space Blue. Now that is in lovely condition. Original waterside decal. Now this is a waterside. Original rear reflector, the fairy lights reflector, and then a seat. And it's got no rips. It needs a leather polish, so like a auto glim leather restorer on the seat. Original acorn nuts and spacers. Original seat strap. So yeah, a really lovely seat. Now someone told me in the comments that this Mark II Prismatic never came with any R-nuts. So you can see there on the seat clamp, no R-nut. So I'm trying to keep it correct to the age. Now what I have noticed is this crank, when you turn it, it hits the chain guard. Hang on, let's get this tie out of the way. Now looking at the crank arm, that crank arm is slightly bent. And obviously the pedal's a bit rough. So I'll be taking the crank out of this. So I take the crank out and replace it with a crank on the Space Blue, because that's a much cleaner crank with much better pedals, short reflectors. Ideally I'll keep these long reflectors, but these long reflector pedals are a bit ropey. To be fair, you can still see that remaining of the green. I'm not worried too much if they're short reflectors and long reflectors, but in this video we'll jump into it in a tick. This is just the intro on a Prismatic, but in this video I'll be changing over the crank from the GT Sprint stroke Space Blue, put it into this and put this into the Space Blue. I've got some used tyres, not perfect but they'll do. they'll clean up nice. Nice age to them, original tubes, and then a red line back tyre, which I think came from a grifter. Good grip on that. That'll serve a purpose, just to get it on its wheels. And then we've got a fit the brake cable on the front. I've got the levers indoors, so brake cable on the front, and obviously the brake cable on the rear. These are the original cables to the bike. All that came with a bike, so that goes in there, as you know. So I've got to get a little nut from indoors to fit on there. That's the original cable. That will need putting through. So just to pull that through, you do that, and then that loosens up, and you can put it through, make it tight. We'll put this little clip on here called a Falcon clip, or Falcon clip. Sturmy Archer, can you see there? SA, if it focuses. That just fits in there to hold the gear cable in place. Tyres on, crank on, brakes on, and then there's nothing else I can do to it apart from wait for a gear shifter. So on that basis, we'll get these jobs done. Tyres, bit of time lapse, a little bit of music, tyres, brakes, and then we might as well do the numbers. What this bike's worth, what it cost me, and hopefully what a profit is in it. Let's crack on. I'll see you in the garage. Right, we're back in the garage now. Okay, so we have put the front wheel on the chopper. There it is. Now, I've used an old used tyre that was completely out of shape, but once you put it on the wheel, it becomes usable and salvageable. Bit crusty to get in, bit crusty, so I used the bike protector just to spray around the edge of the rim. That addresses it nice. It's a little tip for you. If you've got a crusty tyre, it won't go on. Bit of bike protector, that just softens up the rubber and makes it easier to get on. Right, so that tyre's now looking fresh. The hub still needs a bit of grease. I won't be using R-nuts because apparently this model of the Prismatic never came with R-nuts, so I'll be keeping the original standard nuts on that. On a different topic, I went on Marketplace last night, saw a Raleigh 14, like a kid's bike. Some nice parts in it. But I said to the chap, what else you got? And he let me into his stock room, his spare parts, and I picked up this. So that's a Mark 2 long reflector, short reflector, I don't know. Crank arm in really clean condition, really clean. I'll be using this on this build here. No, sorry, I'm taking this off and putting the crank arm from the Mark II on. This is slightly bent, so when you turn it round, it hits the bolt in this chain guard. So I'll be taking this off, putting a space blue on, and I'll be selling this on eBay right now. Probably 30 or 40 quid. Really straight crank arm, really straight. Anyway, he sold me this. He sold me these. Now these are ITM handlebars, drop handlebars. That is an ITM quill, handlebar stem, quill, and then nice drop handlebars tape. That is worth a good 25-30 quid. I'll sell that on, get rid of it, I don't want it. Nice vintage bike parts, so those two will be on. But this I think might be the jewel of the crown. Now these are mid-school, old school, so mid-90s, early, at the latest, late 90s, late 80s. See that? DB Diamondback. And this here is remains of the other Diamondback manufacturer sticker. Now these, I believe, are chromo bars. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but they are original Diamondback bars, worth anything up to 120 quid maximum. I'll clean them up and go accordingly, look at other figures that are sold. But yeah, decent find. Always pays to ask whatever you're buying, what else you got hidden up, and often, more often than not, they'll come out with some bits. Anyway, let's crack on. So take this off. So we've got a pin in there, knock it out, and then you slowly release it. Put a tyre on, the wheel on, get this wheel off, and then get this bike back on its wheels. The handlebars are in now. That's from the Mark II, Space Blue. Handlebars are in. I've got brake cable to fit, brake caliper to fit on the back, and then brake levers, chain, and we're done. So chain and levers probably not in this video, but certainly the brake cables, no, the brake levers, sorry, calipers, sorry, the brake calipers, wheels, tyres. Right, let's crack on. Okay guys, so bit of voiceover now. This Prismatic has been a pleasure to work on. I've learned so many new skills, but it is being sold as it is with the improvements I've done. I'm not tackling the weld. You'll see me now messing out with some tyres. You don't need to hear what I'm talking about because I've even forgotten myself what I'm talking about, apart from back of my head in a way. But this is now getting sold on as it is. It'll be built up to the best of my ability, make it get complete as I can, but I'm leaving enough margin in it for the next guy. Just reassembling it really, explaining how I fit tyres. Most of you know how to fit tyres, but it isn't easy. Those who never fit a tyre before, isn't easy. I put the tyre around the rim, and then put the valve, the valve from the inner tube into the wheel, and then feed it in with my fingers. I don't use tyre levers at all. I use that muck off bike cleaner, which is like a lubricant as well as a cleaner, just to give it a bit of moisture on the rim of the tyre. But yeah, anyway, at the end of this, you'll see me do the numbers, and then I'll let you know what it's all cost me and selling it for. But yeah, stay tuned for the results, and hopefully you'll be able to get a bargain. This bike will be for sale in its current state. The weld's not getting done. It needs the gear console, it needs a chain to finish, and it needs a few nuts and bolts. But apart from that, it'll be up for sale. Thank you. So that's how you want the wheel, like that. So then you can go straight in within the tube, down that way. Right, let's do it. There you have it in. So nice tyre. You see it? Yeah. A nice tyre, nice wheel. Looks nice. That now is ready to fit, in my opinion. Right. So we've got the tyres on, wheels. Let's sort out this rear brake. We'll crack into it. Right, so that's the rear caliper. So that fits in there. So you've got a little hole here. That goes into there. and then these brake stays fit on here. Right, let's crack on with it. Okay, so that's the rear brake caliper on, nice and straight. So these brake stays you want lined up like that. The brake rubber wear is even, going downwards. Brake calipers on. When fitting a brake caliper from this level, feed the cable through in between the rack and the mudguard. That's tight. Wheel can go on. Then we've got to put that crank on. Wheels on, crank on its feet, and then let's do the numbers. And there it is. Now, as you would have noticed, I would have described, now this bit of the video is now filmed a good 3 days, 4 days after that first bit you watched. In the time lapse, you'll have heard me describe how I'm not going to finish this bike. It's going out for sale as it is. Right, it needs finishing. These two little nuts and bolts that hold the sissy clamps in place. It needs the mudguard bolt fitting down here to hold that in place, and the screw on the top. It needs the bolts on this chain guard fitting properly. It needs a gear console, it needs a chain, and it needs the brake cables fitting. I will be supplying 2 brake levers, and then this bike can be ridden. I'm selling it for profit, but I'm pricing it at a price where there's enough margin in it for the next guy to either finish and sell on and make his turn, or whoever buys it can do the work themselves, learn, get a chopper at a good price. I'm not doing the weld, I'm not doing it. I apologise to those who were hoping for the weld video. I'm not doing it. I'll be selling this bike as it sits for somewhere between 675 and 725 or near offer. It will be advertised on the chopper page. There's a link now, or the photograph here. That's the page you want to go on the Chopper Forum website. Be advertised on that. You go to a post, you ask them to approve you. You just say why you want to join. Just put down, I like choppers, I want a chopper, or I buy and sell, I like to have one, and then you can look at it. It will be advertised as collection, cash on collection, or post out in a box. So it'll be taken apart again in a box, shipped out, parcel force, well packaged, tracking number uploaded to the buyer. You can ring me on Messenger, click on my profile on the page, you'll see my Facebook page. You can message me on there or give me a call. I won't be giving out my mobile number, you just call me privately or PM me on Facebook. That's it, guys. So what it cost me, the chain guard I bought separately for 50 quid. The bike was 250 plus postage, I think £20 postage. So the bike 325. The seat cost me, I think, 100 quid. So 425. Everything else owes me nothing, including the wheels, whether from dealings or came from that Bedfordshire trip from months ago, or from Space Blue. The wheels and the rack, I think, were from a Space Blue, which owes me nothing. No, sorry, no, I'm wrong. The wheels came with a bike. Sorry, the wheels came with a bike. So the only thing I had to buy was the seat. So the cost of this bike no more than 475. So my profit is about 200 quid. 200 quid, decent profit. I'm selling it cheap to give it to give the next guy a margin, and that's it, guys. So if you like this sort of bike, if you want to buy it, it's for sale between 675 and 725 or near offer. Like I say, still enough margin in the next guy. Right, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Remember to hit that like and subscribe. Leave a comment what you think of this build. And I've already filmed the next video as to further developments regarding the GT Sprint. In that video will be included this infrared. By the time that video, sorry, this Prismatic, by the time that video goes out, this may have already been sold. So act fast if you want it, act quick. The next video will be explaining as to why this is now going off for sale in its current state. I'll catch you, I think, what day is it today? Monday, isn't it? Probably tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. I've already filmed tomorrow's video, so tomorrow night, new video, and that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll leave you with a couple of shots of this. Have a lovely evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you.